Well, hello there. It's Crazy Cheap Chick, and I am getting ready to make dinner. Tonight we are going to have cauliflower corn chowder. If you watched my grocery haul video from this week, then you know that cauliflower was on sale for $2.50 a head, and I bought 3 heads, so we're eating quite a bit of cauliflower this week. But you won't even taste it in this thick, creamy, delicious soup. So if you don't tell, I won't tell. It's our secret. Let's get cooking. To make cauliflower chowder, you first have to have some cauliflower. So I've already taken a head of cauliflower. It was kind of a small head. If you remember, cauliflower was on sale at Dillon's this week for $2.50 a head, and I bought 3 heads. So this is head number 2, and I've just cut it up and I'm bringing it to a boil. And then at the same time, I'm going to saute some vegetables in this Dutch oven. Just some olive oil, throw in here, and we're just gonna kind of saute these till they're a little bit softer, till the onions are translucent. Those vegetables are sauteing up pretty nicely. You just want to keep stirring them. And I think that's probably good enough. I'm going to turn those off. And we're going to have some of Aldi's finest Texas toast along with this cauliflower chowder. And I've got the cauliflower cooking. We're just waiting for it to get tender. And I think I'm going to go ahead. I cut up some chopped kale, which I got off clearance. And I'm going to throw that in there. And we're going to saute that into it. I try to include as much cruciferous vegetables as I can. I really like to have them every day, if possible. Let's go ahead and saute those up too. And I'm going to tell you, you throw the kale in a dish, to me it has practically no flavor, but it's got a ton of fiber. And your family's probably not even going to notice that it's in there unless you tell them. And just keep your mouth shut. Don't tell them. Now that kale has kind of sauteed down, I'm going to put a little half and half. This is just Aldi's cream. And I'm also going to add in a little bit of butter. That's probably about 2 or 3 tablespoons. It's a fat 2 tablespoons is what I call it. Probably 2.5. Put that in there. Now, normally I consider this a vegetarian meal because I use vegetable broth, but I'm out. So we're going to use chicken broth. But if you want it to be a vegetarian meal, then just use vegetable broth instead of chicken broth. It doesn't taste much different. Let's start thinking about what spices would taste good. I think I'm going to put a little bit of ground turmeric. Turmeric's always a good one. I'm going to put a little bit of generic seasonal. This says Canadian blend. I'm not sure what the Canadians are doing different than us, but it says Canadian blend. And I'm also going to put in a little bit of thyme and a little bit of sage. Just sprinkle it in. You don't have to measure. You don't need a ton. And a little bit of rosemary. Now, spices are where you get a lot of your antioxidants. And when your body's under, now I'm not a nurse or a doctor or a nutritionist, anything, but I read a lot. And when you always hear that term, oxidative stress, well, that's really kind of another word for aging. It's like your body is wearing out. And so spices have so many antioxidants, so you can reverse that a little bit. Okay, I think our cauliflower's done. We're going to drain it. So I just added a teaspoon of garlic. I probably should have done that when I was sauteing the vegetables, but I didn't think about it. And I think Canadian blend just means, I think it's the same thing as Montreal blend. I think it has more pepper in it. I'm not sure. If it has more pepper, then I'm all for it. Maybe my Canadian friends can tell me. So I have drained that cauliflower and put it in the food processor, and I'm going to blend it because I want this to be kind of creamy, I think. Yeah. This is what that cauliflower looks like blended, and now it's going into the soup, and that should make it fairly creamy. Let's try it. Well, I tasted this chowder, and it tastes delightful. But I think I'll thicken it up just a little bit. I'll just use a little bit of Wondra, and you can just add it a little at a time to prevent getting lumps. You don't want to pour a whole bunch in there. Stir it up. And then you can add just a little bit more. And if you put too much in at a time, you're going to get lumps. This cauliflower chowder tastes really good, but to me it's just missing a little something. And so I think I'm going to add some white corn. I did drain it before I poured it in there. This is just fresh cut white corn. We'll stir that in. Oh yeah, that's better. That gives it a little bit more texture, I guess. I don't know what else to call it. Might thicken it just a little more. So I kind of want this to be a thick soup. It's kind of cold out today. Not real cold, but you know, February. I just wanted you to see how nice and thick that chowder turned out. Really nice. Tastes good. Have a little bread with it and having some salad. Now, on this chowder, it's going to be about the toppings that make it look kind of fancy and gourmet. And this is what I'm going to put on top. Probably a little bit of French onion. I've had these and I want to use them up before they go bad. I also chopped up a little bit of green onion. Got some cheese. I'll probably sprinkle a little cheese on there. And left over from some salad, I've got some of these Chick-fil-A red bell peppers. So with that, I'm going to sprinkle those on the soup, and that's going to make it look super fancy. So there's our cauliflower corn chowder with a little salad and bread. And see, it really is just about sprinkling some stuff on to make it look more appetizing. If you do that, it just adds so much. Another thing that might be good would be like a few little red pepper flakes, something like that. But I'm looking forward to it. Well, thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end. As always, I really do appreciate it. And if you got anything out of this video, give me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe, or share the video. All those things really help me out. And I'm going to see you out with a little relaxing footage from out here at the farm. And if you enjoy farm activities, then subscribe. Consider this your official invitation. I hope you have a great rest of your evening.